guys, welcome back to my channel. Today, I have no idea what this video is going to be about. Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be doing a book haul of sorts. I recently went to Irving, Texas to attend the North Teen Texas Book Festival, and I brought home some books that I would like to share with you guys. I'm like hitting a small reading slump, so I'm trying very tough to get myself out of it. So I think filming this TBR will give me like determination to finish it. So that's why I'm doing this. If you need to know, I don't know, probably too much information. All right, anyway, let's get into the video. As always, feel free to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Hit the notification bell to be aware of what I am posting and for all that goodness. And without further ado, let's get to talking about books. The first book is called These Broken Stars by Amy Kaufman and Megan Spooner, and it is about people that are on board a spaceship called Icarus. The main character's name is Lilac, and the boy character is named Tarver, and he is a young war hero that learns that girls are trouble, and she is like the rich daughter of like the richest guy on board of the ship. So I bought this book because the cover is real pretty. And I'm hoping that I'll get to read it because I read Across the Universe by Beth Revis and I loved that a long time ago. So I'm hoping that this will give me like all the feels. We'll see. The next book is Caraval by Stephanie Garber, and I've heard that this is like the night circus. It basically features like a circus, a circus that's traveling around, and you can't really predict where it's going to be, and it's about like this big magical like thing that happens in it. And again, the cover's really pretty. I'll read anything that gives me night circus vibes. My only issue is that this is like young adult. I liked night circus because it was it was actual fiction fantasy, not because like I don't know that it works as well for young adults, so I'm a little bit nervous about it. So I'm gonna give this one a shot, and then if you guys want to see how I felt about it, please let me know. That will just give me further reason to read the book. The next book is called The Lost for Words Bookshop. I keep wanting to say The Lost Worlds Bookshop, but The Lost for Words Bookshop, and it is by Stephanie Butland. And this is about the main character, Loveday, who works in a bookshop, and she's in her 20s, and about how books are basically her best friend. So it's not necessarily like a biography for me, but I feel like it really could be. So I'm hoping that this one is like interesting. The only issue that I hate about it is it's a hardcover. I hate hardcovers. I don't know if you guys know this about me, but what the heck am I supposed to do with this flap thing? This thing that's not even attached to the book. I glued this because it was driving me crazy, but I didn't glue it perfectly, so now it drives me even more crazy. I hate hardcovers because of this stupid flap that I can't do anything with, and I wish all books were paperback or that all books were library quality where it's like stitched on there and you're not getting the cover off without like a hammer, so. The next book is called The Darkest Part of the Forest, and it's by Holly Black. And I haven't read a book by Holly Black, and I've heard a lot of people say that Holly Black's a good author. And I know she writes The Wicked King or like The Cruel King or something, and that those books are good too. This one is a fantastical novel, young adult fiction about a girl who I think wants to be a knight and her brother, and then a prince that they find sleeping in the forest, and chaos kind of ensues from there. Again, the cover is really pretty. I am hoping that this book is entertaining. But for some reason, it's not just like I have to read this right now. So I'm wondering why it's not that, and I'm wishing that it was. So over the recent last week or so, I watched 5 Feet Apart, which I loved. I've been watching a lot of like cystic fibrosis YouTubers, and it seems like it's getting positive feedback from them, so I feel like I can support it. So I am going to read the book 5 Feet Apart. Of course, the cover is pretty, but of course it's hardcover, so it's got that little flap on it, which feels like I always lose it or break it or whatever, and I know I'm going on and on about this, but seriously, authors, find some way to fix this, because I want to keep this beautiful artwork that you've created on this book without it getting bent or scratched or broken or ripped or whatever. Anyway, I love Cole Sprouse and I love the character Will Newman, so I'm thinking that I'm going to love the book just as much as I enjoyed the movie. If you haven't seen 5 Feet Apart, I really encourage it. even if it was terrible, honestly, any movie that can bring any kind of recognition to cystic fibrosis is a movie worth watching, as well as like any movie that brings any kind of recognition to all of the diseases that are out there that people are constantly suffering with. Like, there's no reason to not be well informed, or as informed as you can be. And there's no reason to support something that's going to bring more information into the world, because more information means more chance to fight it. So I would highly encourage you guys to see 5 Feet Apart and follow Cystic1. I love that guy. I think his posts are so gut-wrenching and emotional, and I just can't say enough about how much I support. The next book is called This Darkness Mine. And it is from the writer Heroine, or just Heroine, I guess. Anyway, it is by Mindy McInnes, which I actually heard her talk at a panel, and she is really funny, and I really enjoyed her, so it made me want to read a book of hers. But the main character, Sasha Stone, is like the good girl, and she finds out that she ended up absorbing her twin sister in the womb, and so and for some reason she's like forgetting parts of her memory and she doesn't know what's going on, which is very a la like Ellen Hopkins in Identical. I'm hoping is similar, and I just really loved that book, so I'm hoping that I will enjoy this book too. The next book is a book that I'm actually currently reading, which is All the Wind in the World. I think it's a magical realism book. I'm actually having a hard time with this one. I don't understand what's going on, but it's about the two main characters, Sarah Jack and James Holt. They are in love, and they are like traveling they're traveling in the desert, and they are like Jimadors. Lord knows I can't say it correctly. I'm pretty sure Jimadors, but it's like a Hispanic novel. Deals a lot with the Hispanic culture, and our two main characters find like a witch, and she's evil, and it's like it's going all like Ursula, like loving Prince Eric-y kind of thing, and so I'm excited too, but the problem is I can't figure out these two main characters. So if you guys know what I'm talking about, like the big issue that I'm having with them, comment down below, because I don't understand what's going on and I want to, and I feel like I'm just reading this book like and I don't want to do that anymore. Help a girl out. The next book is a book that I'm also currently reading, which is To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. Which, if you haven't seen the Netflix movie, it features the main character, Laura Jean, as she writes letters to all of the boys that she's loved before, and then and through like a series of misfortunes, they all get mailed out. And so she is trying to figure out like what's going on with them, and they're all realizing that she has cared about them, even though she might not have told them. So this book is one that I'm actually really excited to read, and one that I think that I'm going to really enjoy. The next book is Mistborn by Brandon Sanderson. I have heard that there is a good romance in here. I know this is not a romance book. It is an adult fantasy book, but I'm really hoping that I can enjoy it, and I'm hoping that there's enough romance that it's interesting, but not enough that it takes over the entire plot. I've never read like a fantasy adult book, so I'm hoping that this one like spurs my interest into reading more. If there is any like recommendations that you guys have, like any good like new adult books or whatever, I would be really interested in reading them, just to make sure I stay fully out of this like reading slump that I feel like I'm in. I hope you guys are having a great day. As always, please remember to give this video a thumbs up if you like it, and subscribe to my channel. I would really appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great day. Bye.